continuing our discussion on the chapter oscillation. Today we are going to study about a very important topic, simple harmonic motion, SHM. To understand the basic characteristic of simple harmonic motion, we can consider an example. Consider the example of spring mass system. So this is the spring mass system. A spring and a mass, they are attached together. One end of the spring is fixed to a rigid support and other end is connected to a mass. Here a mass M is attached to a spring of negligible mass whose free end is fixed to the support. When the spring is unstretched, the object is at rest at its equilibrium position as shown in the figure 1. So according to this figure, here the mass is attached to the spring and it is at rest. No external force is given and hence it is in the equilibrium position. As the object is pulled towards right to a distance x, the spring gets stretched. Okay, so if here according to the second figure, if an external force is applied, if this mass is pulled to one end and what happens, it produces a displacement x. The spring stretches, produces and displacement x. Towards which direction? Towards the positive x direction. So if an external force is applied here, the spring stretches towards right. Due to the elasticity, the restoring force tends to bring the object back towards the equilibrium position. So if the spring is stretched to one end and released, what happens? The spring come back to the initial position. Because of the restoring force, the spring comes back to the initial position. Okay, so here the second figure is, if we apply an external force towards right, applied force is towards right, the spring stretches, producing as a displacement along the positive x direction. If it is released, what happens? The spring come back to the initial position and the spring gets compressed also. Okay, if the spring gets compressed, means it produces a displacement in which direction? In the negative x direction. And again it come back to the initial position and the process goes on. So spring exhibit an oscillation. Okay children. So also the spring gets compressed and the object crosses the mean position to reach the opposite side. Thus the object start oscillating about the mean position. So hence we can say that the spring exhibit an oscillation. Okay, if an external force is applied, it extends, and if it is released, it come back to the mean position, again it compresses and the spring exhibits some oscillation. Okay. Thus, in general, when a particle moves to and fro about a mean position under the influence of restoring force, which is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position, it is said to execute simple harmonic motion. So, this is the definition of simple harmonic motion. Okay, so what is a simple harmonic motion? When a particle moves to and fro, like this, oscillation. If a particle moves to and fro or back and forth about a mean position, and under the influence of restoring force, which is directly proportional to displacement from the mean position. Okay, so if the applied force is greater, what happens? The restoring force is also greater. Okay, because of the restoring force, it come back to the initial position. Here, the applied force is towards right, but what is the displacement? Displacement is also towards right, but what is the tendency of the restoring force? To make it come back to the initial position. Okay, so restoring force and displacement are proportional, but in which direction? Opposite direction. Okay children, so here we can write applied force. This is the direction of applied force. And what is the direction of restoring force? Restoring force is towards left. This is the direction of the restoring force. Okay, displacement is also towards right. Displacement is towards right. Clear children? And here displacement is towards left. This is the direction of displacement, that is negative. And what is the tendency of restoring force? Tendency of restoring force to make it come back to the equilibrium position. So this is the direction of restoring force. Okay children, so we can say restoring force and displacement are proportional, but in which direction? Opposite direction. Here restoring force is towards left. Displacement is towards right. Here the restoring force is towards right and displacement is towards left. Okay, so always we can say that restoring force and displacement are proportional to each other, but in which direction? Opposite direction. Okay, so here this is a condition of a simple harmonic motion. So what is a simple harmonic motion? Means if a restoring force and displacement are proportional to each other but in opposite direction, such a force is said to be, such a motion is said to be simple harmonic motion. So, when a particle moves to and fro about a mean position under the influence of rustering force which is proportional to displacement from the mean position, it is said to have execute simple harmonic motion. So, rustering force is directly proportional to displacement. So, rustering force we can write F proportional to minus x. Or how will you change the proportionality sign? Here we can change the proportionality sign by a constant, or F equal to minus k into x, and here the constant k is called spring constant. K is called a spring constant or otherwise called a force constant. Okay, so rustering force F equal to minus kx, and what is the significance of the negative sign? Negative sign shows that rustering force opposes the displacement. Rustering force and displacement are in opposite direction, and that is the significance of negative sign, and hence F is equal to minus kx. The SI unit of spring constant is Newton per meter. Okay children, so F equal to minus kx and its SI unit is Newton per meter. Now we can derive different relations of simple harmonic motion. First one, the differential equation of a particle in SHR. We know that for a simple harmonic motion, the rustering force, we know for simple harmonic motion, the rustering force F equal to minus kx, where F is called the rustering force, x is called the displacement, and k is the spring constant or force constant. And we know that F equal to ma from Newton's second law, F equal to ma, and we can equate these two and write therefore ma equal to minus kx. Okay, so m into what is acceleration? Acceleration, we know that acceleration is equal to d square x divided by dt square, isn't it? Acceleration, again we know acceleration, actually acceleration is velocity divided by time, dv by dt. Acceleration is equal to dv by dt, but what is v? V equal to dx divided by dt, that you know. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity, velocity is rate of change of displacement. So here we can write A equal to, or therefore A can be written as d by dt of velocity. What is velocity? We can substitute dx by dt. Okay, so this can be written as d square x divided by dt square. So acceleration is given by the formula d square x divided by dt square. We have acceleration is d square x, where x represents the displacement, d square x by dt square, and hence we can write acceleration can be written as d square x divided by dt square equal to minus kx. Rearranging it, m into d square x divided by dt square plus kx equal to 0. We can make the coefficient of d square x by dt square 1, so that we can divide the whole equation by m. Okay, divide the whole equation by m, that becomes d square x divided by dt square plus k by m into x is equal to 0. So, d square x by dt square plus k by m x is equal to 0. And here k is called force constant, m is the particle exhibiting simple harmonic motion. So, k by m is a constant, and k by m is another constant which can be represented as omega square. K by m is a constant which can be represented as omega square, and this omega is called angular frequency. Omega is angular frequency. Okay, so using that, k by m can be substituted as omega square. So, the equation become d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. D square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0, and this is considered as the differential equation of a simple harmonic motion. So, what is the differential equation of simple harmonic motion? D square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. So this is the differential equation of simple harmonic motion, which is d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0, where x is called displacement and omega is called the angular frequency. Second one, we can derive the formula for displacement of a particle in simple harmonic motion. We have the differential equation of simple harmonic motion, d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0, where x is called displacement and omega is called angular frequency, and we know omega square is equal to k by m. Okay. The solution of this differential equation is x equal to a cos omega t plus phi. The solution is x is equal to a cos omega t plus phi, and this is the formula for displacement in simple harmonic motion. X is called displacement, isn't it? So if you solve the equation, this differential equation, we will get the displacement x equal to a cos omega t plus phi, where x is called displacement, a is called maximum displacement, which is called amplitude. Okay, so x is displacement, x represents the displacement. A is called the maximum displacement, which is called amplitude. Now omega is called angular frequency, t represents the time. Here phi is called initial phase or phase constant. Okay, and here the term omega t plus phi is called phase, the argument of the cos function. Here omega t plus phi is called phase. Clear? So here the solution of the differential equation is x equal to a cos omega t plus phi, and this is the formula for displacement. A is called the maximum displacement, which is called amplitude. Omega t plus phi, that is term is called phase. Omega, that you know, angular frequency. Phi is an angle, or that is called initial phase or phase constant. Velocity of a particle in simple harmonic motion. Now we can derive the formula for velocity. We have displacement x equal to a cos omega t plus phi. So displacement is given by x equal to a cos omega t plus phi, and velocity is v equal to dx by dt. Rate of change of displacement is velocity. So equals d by dt of, we can substitute x is a cos omega t plus phi is equal to a into d by dt of cos omega t plus phi. Okay, now d by dt of cos omega t plus phi, here there is a formula, d by dt of cos t. D by dt of cos t is minus sin t. This is the formula. D by dt of cos t is minus sin t. And one more formula, d by dt of cos, for example, a constant 2t, okay, is equal to minus sin 2t into that constant. Here 2 represents a coefficient, so into 2. So into 2. This is the formula. Okay, so d by dt of cos t equal to minus sin t, and d by dt of cos 2t, any constant you can take, it is minus sin 2t into that constant. Let the, here the constant is 2, therefore we can multiply it by 2. Okay, so this is the formula for differentiating cos function. So using this formula we can write v equal to d by dt of cos omega t plus phi is minus sin omega t plus phi. Okay, minus sin omega t plus phi into, what is the coefficient of t here? The coefficient of t is omega, therefore into omega. Okay children, so d by dt of cos omega t plus phi is minus sin omega t plus phi into the coefficient of t, which is omega. So here it can be written as v equal to minus a omega sin omega t plus phi. So this is the formula for velocity of a particle in simple harmonic motion. Now next one, acceleration of a particle in simple harmonic motion. We have velocity v equals minus a omega sin omega t plus phi. That is the formula for velocity. Now acceleration is given by rate of change of velocity, that means a equal to dv by dt. We can substitute d by dt of velocity. What is velocity? Minus a omega sin omega t plus phi. Okay, so this is velocity. Now A is equal to minus A omega can be taken outside, d by dt of sin omega t plus phi. Okay, d by dt of sin omega t plus phi. Now we have the formula for differentiating sine function. We have d by dt of sin t. D by dt of sin t is cos t. Okay, d by dt of sin t is cos t, and one more, d by dt of sin any constant, let the constant be 2. Sin 2t is cos 2t into that constant 2. Okay, so these are the two formula relating differentiating a sine function. D by dt of sin t is cos t, and d by dt of sin 2t is cos 2t into the coefficient 2. Okay. So using that formula, A can be written as minus A omega. What is d by dt of sin omega t plus phi? That is cos omega t plus phi into the coefficient omega. Okay, coefficient of t, that is omega. So acceleration can be written as A equals minus A omega square cos omega t plus phi. Okay, so acceleration is velocity by time, velocity dv by dt. So d by dt of velocity is minus A omega sin omega t plus phi. Okay children. Now A minus A omega can be taken outside. So A equal to minus A omega d by dt of sin omega t plus phi. We have d by dt of sin t is cos t. Also d by dt of sin 2t, sin 2t or sin 3t or any constant you can take, it is cos 2t into that coefficient 2. So using that formula we can write A, acceleration A equal to minus A omega into d by dt of sin omega t plus phi, which is cos omega t plus phi into the coefficient omega. So acceleration is given by minus A omega square cos omega t plus phi. So acceleration is minus A omega square cos omega t plus phi. But we know displacement x is equal to A cos omega t plus phi. Okay, displacement is x is equal to A cos omega t plus phi. Using that we can write acceleration A can also be written as minus, here A cos omega t plus phi is x. So we can write minus omega square x. So acceleration A equal to minus omega square x, or we can write acceleration is directly proportional to minus x. Okay, so this is another form of simple harmonic motion. So for a simple harmonic motion, a rastering force is directly proportional to displacement, or acceleration is also directly proportional to displacement in opposite direction. Okay children, so acceleration A equal to minus omega square x, or acceleration A equals directly proportional to minus x, and here the proportionality constant is omega square. So we have displacement x is equal to A cos omega t plus phi. Okay, but here for simplification we can take initial phase phi equal to 0. Okay, now the displacement becomes A cos omega t. Velocity is minus A omega sin omega t. Acceleration is minus A omega square cos omega t. In all the three cases we have taken phi equals 0. Initial phase phi equal to 0. Now we can draw the graph relating displacement, velocity and acceleration with time. For that, here we can consider this table. We are drawing the graph for the time interval 0, t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4 and t. T is called a time period. Time for one complete oscillation is called a time period. Okay, so the total time period can be divided into 4 intervals: 0, t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4 and t, the total time period t. Now we can do one by one. We have displacement x is equal to A cos omega t. Okay. For the time 0, if t equal to 0, how will you write the displacement? Like this, we have displacement x is equal to A cos omega t. And what is the value of omega? Omega is equal to 2 pi nu. Okay, 2 pi into frequency, or we can write 2 pi by t. Angular frequency we know it is 2 pi divided by t. Let time t is equal to 0. For the time t equal to 0. Time t equal to 0 we can write x is equal to A cos omega. Omega is 2 pi by t, and here time is equal to 0. So into 0. So what is x? X is equal to, this value becomes 0, cos 0 is 1. Now if t is equal to, next time is t by 4, t becomes t by 4. In that case we have x is equal to a cos 2 pi by t, okay, omega t, 2 pi by t into, what is the time then? T by 4, t divided by 4. Okay, so it is equal to t get cancelled, here it becomes pi by 2. So what is cos pi by 2? Cos 90 is 0, so it becomes 0. Next value 0. Then when t is equal to t by 2, what is x? X is equal to a cos 2 pi by t into t by 2. T get cancelled, cos pi is minus 1, isn't it? Cos 180 is minus 1. So here it becomes minus a. Again when t is equal to, next term, 3t by 4. 3t by 4, at that time x is equal to a cos 2 pi by t into 3t divided by 4. Okay, here also t get cancelled. Here it becomes 3 pi by 2. So it is cos 270 degree, cos 270 degree is 0. So it becomes 0. Then here t is equal to the final time period t. In that case x is equal to a cos 2 pi by t into t. T get cancelled, cos 2 pi. Cos pi is minus 1, cos 2 pi is 1. So here it again becomes a. Okay, so these are the values. Here we can write, when t is equal to 0, what is the displacement? Displacement is a, then 0, then minus a, then 0, then a. Okay, so these are the values for displacement for the time interval 0, t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4 and t. Here using this we can draw the graph, time along the x-axis and displacement along the y-axis. Here initial time t is equal to 0, what is the displacement? Displacement is maximum x, let this point is x. When t by 4, what is the displacement? 0, here is the point. When t at the time t by 2, displacement is minus a means here. Then 3t by 4, again it becomes 0, then at time t again it becomes maximum. Okay, so if you join the points, we will obtain a graph like this. Okay, so at time t is equal to 0, maximum, then 0, then negative maximum, then 0. For a complete time interval it becomes maximum. So this is the graph relating time interval and displacement. Now for velocity, we have velocity is minus a omega sin omega t. Here also omega equal to 2 pi by t. Okay. Now for the first time interval t is equal to 0. When t is equal to 0, velocity v equal to minus a omega sin omega, that is 2 pi by t into time 0. So sin 0 is 0. So here the value is 0. Then for the time t by 4, velocity becomes v equal to minus a omega sin 2 pi by t into t by 4. T get cancelled. Here it becomes, to get cancelled, pi by 2. Okay, sin pi by 2 is 1. So here the answer is minus a omega. Now next one, t becomes t by 2. T is equal to t by 2, velocity v equal to minus a omega sin 2 pi by t into t by 2. T get cancelled, 2 get cancelled, sin pi is 0. So here the answer becomes 0. When t is equal to 3t by 4, then v equal to minus a omega sin 2 pi by t into 3t divided by 4. T get cancelled, here 2 and 2 get cancelled, so answer is minus a omega sin 3 pi by 2. So sin 270 degrees minus 1. Okay, that minus and this minus becomes positive, so answer is a omega. Now the last one, t becomes t, time period t. So v equals minus a omega sin 2 pi by t into t. T get cancelled. Sin 2 pi is 0, sin pi, sin 2 pi, sin 3 pi, all the values are 0. So here the answer is 0. So if we copy the values here, for time 0, answer is 0. Then t by 4, answer minus a omega. T by 2, 0. 3t by 4, a omega. Time period t, 0. Okay. Now, in the graph we can plot time along the x-axis and velocity along the y-axis. Starting at time t equal to 0, velocity is 0 here. T by 4 velocity is minus a omega, minus means negative, downward. Then t by 2 it is 0, 3t by 4 it is maximum. Then at time t, time period t, it becomes 0. Now if we join the points, we will obtain the graph like this. Okay, so this is the graph relating time period, time and velocity. Now next one, time period, time and acceleration. Next we can plot the graph relating time and acceleration. We have acceleration a equal to minus a omega square cos omega t. Again omega equal to 2 pi by t. When time t is equal to 0, acceleration a equal to minus a omega square into cos omega is 2 pi by t into 0. Here cos 0 1, so answer is minus a omega square. Okay, minus a omega square. When t is equal to next time is t by 4. Now acceleration is equal to minus a omega square cos 2 pi by t into t by 4. T get cancelled, so answer is pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 0, so here the acceleration becomes 0. Next t is equal to t by 2, a equal to minus a omega square cos 2 pi by t into t by 2. So here t get cancelled, 2 cos pi is minus 1, minus and this minus becomes positive, so it is plus a omega square. Now t is equal to 3t by 4, acceleration a equal to minus a omega square cos 2 pi by t into 3t by 4. Okay, so the answer is cos 3 pi divided by 2, which is 0. So here the answer is 0. Now t becomes time period t, acceleration a equal to minus a omega square cos 2 pi by t into t. So cos 2 pi is 1, so here it is minus a omega square. Cos 2 pi is 1, so here 1 into minus a omega square, which is minus a omega square. Okay, so these are the values. So we can write down the values here. So we can write down the values here, minus a omega square, then 0, then a omega square, then 0, here minus a omega square. These are the values. Okay, minus a omega square. Now in the graph we can plot the points. Starting time t equal to 0, minus a omega square, here downward, then 0, then plus a omega square, then again 0, then minus a omega square. If we join the points, we will obtain the graph like this. Okay, so this is the graph relating time and acceleration. Okay children, so this is the plot relating displacement, velocity and acceleration with time for a simple harmonic motion. Now we can derive the formula for kinetic energy for a particle in simple harmonic motion. We have velocity. What is the formula for velocity? Minus a omega sin omega t plus phi, general formula. We have the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square equal to half m into velocity, which is minus a omega sin omega t plus phi, the whole square. Okay, so kinetic energy is equal to half m, here this can be written as a square omega square sin square omega t plus phi. Okay, a square omega square sin square omega t plus phi. And we know that omega square, but omega square, what is the formula for omega square? Omega square is k by m, isn't it? Omega square equal to k by m. So here omega square into m can be written as k. Okay, here omega square into m can be substituted as k. Therefore, so kinetic energy is half k a square sine square omega t plus phi. This is the formula for kinetic energy of a particle exhibiting simple harmonic motion. Now we can derive the formula for potential energy in simple harmonic motion. We have the potential energy of a spring is given by U equal to half k x square. This you have studied in the chapter work energy power. Okay, potential energy is in a spring is half k x square. Here the spring mass system is considered as the best example for simple harmonic motion. And we have displacement x is equal to a cos omega t plus phi, and potential energy is half k x square. We can directly substitute U equals half k into what is x, a cos omega t plus phi the whole square is equal to half k a square cos square omega t plus phi. Okay, half k a square cos square omega t plus phi, and this is the formula for potential energy. So directly we can derive the formula for potential energy. Just use the formula half k square, substitute the value of x as a cos omega t plus phi, and hence the potential energy in a simple harmonic motion is U equals half k a square cos square omega t plus phi. Now last one is total energy in simple harmonic motion. We know kinetic energy in simple harmonic motion is half k a square sine square omega t plus phi. Then potential energy in simple harmonic motion is half k a square cos square omega t plus phi. Now how will you find out the total energy? We know total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. Okay, kinetic is half k a square sine square omega t plus phi, plus potential energy is half k a square cos square omega t plus phi, cos square omega t plus phi. Okay, now half k a square is common, it can be taken outside, so it becomes sine square omega t plus phi plus cos square omega t plus phi. We know sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So the total energy is equal to half k a square. So kinetic energy is half k a square sine square omega t plus phi, potential energy is half k a square cos square omega t plus phi, and the total energy is half k a square, which is a constant. So the kinetic energy changes because since there is sine function, it changes with time. Potential energy, since there is cos function, it also changes with time, but total energy always remains constant. We have kinetic energy half k a square sine square omega t plus phi. For simplification, we can take phi equal to 0. So kinetic energy is half k a square sine square omega t, potential energy is half k a square cos square omega t, and the total energy is half k a square. So we can draw a graph relating time and kinetic energy, potential energy, total energy in a single graph. Okay, variation of kinetic energy, potential energy, total energy with time in a graph. For that we can consider the same table. Here the time can be considered as 0, t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4 and t, and we can consider the graph relating kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy. Okay, so first we can draw for kinetic energy. We have kinetic energy half k a square sine square omega t. When t is equal to 0, what is the value of kinetic energy? We can write half k a square sine square omega t. What is omega? Sine omega is 2 pi by t into 0, sine square. Okay, sine 0 is 0, so the answer becomes 0. When t is equal to t by 4, kinetic energy equal to half k a square sine square 2 pi by t into t divided by 4. T get cancelled. So it becomes pi by 2. Okay, sine pi by 2 is 1, square also 1. So it is half k k a square, second value. Now T is equal to T by 2. Kinetic energy is equal to half k a square sine square 2 pi by T into T by 2. T get cancelled, 2 get cancelled, and sin pi is 0. Sin pi is 0, so here the total answer becomes 0. Now T becomes 3T divided by 4. Kinetic energy is half k a square sine square 2 pi by T into 3T divided by 4. So here it is sine square 3 pi by 2. Sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, square 1. So the answer is half k a square. Now for time t is equal to time period t. Kinetic energy is half k a square sine square 2 pi by t into t. Sine 2 pi is again 0, so kinetic energy becomes 0. So here you can write the values 0 starting, then half k a square, then 0, again half k a square, next to 0. Clear? Now we can draw the graph here. Initially at starting time 0, kinetic energy is 0. Then at t by 4, kinetic energy is half k a square. At t by 2, kinetic energy is 0. At 3t by 4, kinetic energy is again maximum. Next 0. So if you plot the graph, so this is the kinetic energy time graph. Okay. If we join the points, this is the shape of the graph. And here this maximum value is, what is this maximum value? Half k a square. Now we can draw the graph relating potential energy and time. We have potential energy is half k a square cos square omega t. Here also omega is 2 pi by t. For t equal to 0, we can put omega 2 pi by t into time 0. So what is the answer? Cos 0 is 1, so answer is half k a square. Then now t is equal to t by 4. At that time potential energy is half k a square into cos square 2 pi by t into t divided by 4. So the answer is, here it is pi by 2. Simplification pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 0. So here it is 0. Now at time t is equal to t by 2, potential energy is half k a square cos square 2 pi by t into t by 2. Okay, here also t get cancelled, 2 get cancelled, and cos pi, which is minus 1. Square, no? So here it is again half k a square. Now when t is equal to 3t by 4, potential energy is half k a square cos square 2 pi by t into 3t by 4. Here t get cancelled, 2 and 2 get cancelled, so the answer is cos square 3 pi by 2. Okay, so here it is again 0. Now when t is equal to capital T, potential energy is half k a square into cos square 2 pi by t into t. Here t get cancelled, cos 2 pi is 1. Okay, so here the answer is potential energy is half k a square. Okay, so now here we can write potential energy, first value half k a square, then 0, again half k a square, again 0, then half k a square. Okay, now in the same graph we can plot the points. Potential energy first value, initially 0, it is half k a square, then 0, then again half k a square, then 0, then again half k a square. Now if you join the points, you will get the graph like this. So this represents the potential energy, initially half k a square, 0, half k a square, 0, again half k a square. So this is the graph representing potential energy and time. Okay. Now for total energy, when total energy is given by half k a square, it does not depends on time. So whatever be the time, kinetic total energy remains half k a square. Okay. In all the cases, total energy is half k a square. or otherwise we can write kinetic plus potential is total, no. So here answer is half k square, here also half k square, here 0 plus half k square, and all the value potential total energy remains constant. Okay. Total energy does not depends on time, or kinetic plus potential is called a total energy which remains a constant. Now how will you draw the total energy curve? This straight line represents total energy. Total energy remains constant, which is half k a square. Okay children, so this is the graph relating kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy with